My dad died before my son was born, so they never had the opportunity to meet. But as soon as he was able to, Jack asked lots of questions. How did he die? Why did he die? Will I ever get to meet him? This meant that talking about death and dying became quite normal within our family unit. Then COVID hit, and it became obvious to me that talking about death to children wasn't something that every family did. Some adults find it really hard subject to talk about, let alone with their children. It got me thinking. We talk to our children and prepare them for all those other milestones in life, but why is it so hard to talk about death? Let's face it, it is going to happen to us all. So everyone at some point in their life will encounter grief, and this can be a traumatic experience. There's a tendency that we experience similar steps. These can include denial, anger, bargaining, depression, before we finally accept, it's acceptance. So each stage can come with its own complex issues. And if these aren't dealt with and accepted and understood, then they can lead to further mental health problems. So seeking support where necessary is vital to prevent long-term issues. So now imagine having a child having to cope with all these emotions. They experience the same, but not every child has developed the ability to understand their own feelings, let alone explain how they feel to someone else. They may also feel scared, alone, confused, and the loss that they suffer may be one that changes their life forever. It may be the first death, there's, any impact on their life. It might be the loss of a parent, a grandparent, a sibling, and the family surrounding them may be preoccupied with their own grief. They may feel that the child is too young to know what's going on. But children from as young as 2 have presented with emotions of grief. So this is how Memory Spots can help. So within each box, I don't know if you can see my one here, I can show you in a second. I've put an age-appropriate book about bereavement or feelings and emotions. And my hope is that this will start discussions with parents or children in their care, or carers of children in their care, in a gentle and non-intrusive manner. And there's also a craft activity in every box. It's easier to talk when we're doing something, isn't it? And you're not face to face with someone. So we have in some of the boxes there are crafts to make memory trees, others contain sand art to create memory jars, and so on. They all contain a set of paints to decorate and personalise the box, and then that can then be kept as a keepsake box or memories box. So the feedback I've received so far has been amazing. A mother told me they'd had a box for the death of the grandfather, but by going through the book and the story together, she hadn't realised how scared he was about her dying, because she's not of great health. And it gave them the opportunity to have that discussion and talk. And she could say to him, my body's weak, but my heart is strong. And I was so moved by the fact that this had led them to be able to have this conversation and understand this other. So it's just amazingly rewarding for me for something to do.